Okay, morning journal on what day was it? Was Friday?
Friday.
Friday the 26th. Sorry about that. I'll just hold on to that now. Stayed at Tara last night. I think we mentioned that, maybe. Did we do a video last night?
We did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, you did the video.
I don't think I mentioned
you did the video. But yeah. See, there's things you have to learn if you're going to be a big star.
Well, it's, you know, yeah, it was my first time. I didn't know what to, yeah. But next time.
Bet that's a familiar feeling for you. Yeah. So we were on our way up to the Divide to do a 3-hour hike. And as you can see, we're not moving.
Guess why? Guess why?
Give you a hint. I'm in the driver's seat. It only happens when I'm in the driver's seat.
Just saying.
So the engine started to overheat again. It was almost in the red before I noticed. Because it's been fine the last several days.
It has.
So we pulled over at Eglinton Creek Flats or something. I'm sure you can at least hear all the other vehicles going by. Going on to have fun in the rain and the cold that we should be having. So, you know, how far are we from the Divide?
I'm not sure where on here the Divide is.
It's
it's
right before that little hook. Yeah.
Maybe.
I'll just guess.
15K.
15K. So, yeah. And then we were gonna go on to Milford Sound and just have a look around, see what all the hubbub's about.
Yeah.
However, it is now 10 past 10 in the morning. Obviously, there's daylight. Excuse me. So we're sitting here on the side of the road instead.
Yay.
You know, if you weren't such a wuss and would just drive for 10 hours a day, this wouldn't be a problem.
Dude, I was fine to drive. I was letting you drive so you could get some practice in on the thing. You know.
I would just like to remind our viewing audience that I have yet to grind the gears, which puts me behind in that count.
Yeah. How long did it take you to get into fourth gear?
That's beside the point.
You know.
That's downshifting. The van does not want to downshift. It wants to go fast.
Yeah, it's so fast it burns. It's burning to go fast.
Yes, it is.
Itching.
It is. It's probably because we have more fuel than the tank can hold, according to the fuelometer. Now, I'm going to blame this on you. It's obviously your fault. Something you did. You let all of the water out of the radiator last night while I was asleep. You snuck out of the window somehow without waking me.
Probably. You're probably right. That sounds like something I would do.
It does.
I just punched a hole in the reservoir, thinking this will show him.
And then you twirled your mustache. Yes.
And I say, Derek, why don't you drive today?
Yep.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Indeed you did. I would show you what we can see, but we can't see anything at the moment because the windows are covered in rain.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It should cool the engine down pretty
One
quick.
would think. One would think. We'll see. Well, I guess we'll give it like 5 minutes and see how the temperature reads, and if it's cool enough, we'll put some fluid in. So yeah, we'll. Guess I'll show you.
Well, it's nighttime again. was about that time, that post-dinner journal. Derek's rather tired and being rather shy right now, so
Not shy, I'm just quiet.
this is very unlike him. I don't know. I don't know what's up with him. He won't.
Screw you, hippie.
You want to talk about your feelings, man? It's gotta get it out of you. Yeah. It's not been that eventful of a day. Actually, you know what? We
Tell him about the story where you turned on the rear windshield wiper and covered me in mud.
we'll come to that. We'll come to that. You know, it's. Where do I begin? We'll begin where we left off last time, where we were on the side of the road because the engine was overheating. Shortly after that, we refilled the coolant reservoir with the last of our water.
5.5 liters.
5.5 liters. And then it was fine. You know, the light still is coming on, but the engine temperature is staying at a regular, at where it's supposed to be, which is good. And we drove all the way up to Milford Sound, which is supposed to be one of the most beautiful places in New Zealand, if not the earth.
Hemingway called it the 8th natural wonder of the world.
Hemingway said it?
I think it was Hemingway.
Wow, so that's saying a lot, you know.
I don't know when he got the time to come to New Zealand, but
I don't know. I think he was probably drunk
I think it was him.
off his ass.
Probably.
Anyhow, it was pretty spectacular. It was supposed to be quite a spectacular place, and it was very pretty driving up. Very pretty, but the weather was quite foul. So it was a lot of rain, a lot of clouds covering up the tops of the mountains and so on. So once we got up to the end of the road, and from there is just a lodge and a little airstrip and a place for a visitor's center, which is really just a place where you can go, where several companies touring companies have their boats where they'll take you on a tour of Milford Sound. And I kind of felt bad for all the people. They'll charge you a normal leg for it, of course, and I felt bad for all the people who were going on them today because it was such cruddy weather. So, you know, they wouldn't be able to see that much. So we got up there, and it was kind of a letdown for me. I had high hopes of seeing a lot, but you know, it was still quite beautiful. Some treacherous curves in there. A few boulders in the middle of the road. Avalanche zones. It's pretty exciting. Still quite spectacular though. It's quite nice. And then we drove back, filled up with water in Te Anau. And got a few more provisions. Then we drove out here with Lake Minerva.
It's not Lake Minerva.
Minerva Lake?
No, Minerva's the Greek goddess.
What's it called then? What?
I don't remember. It's not Minerva. It's like
Sorry, apparently I'm
Movina.
Minerva? No, it's.
I don't know. Go on with the
anyhow,
story.
it's quite pretty here. Still poor weather.
It's cold.
It's cold. It's colder than we've been in the past few days. They also shot a scene from Lord of the Rings here. And we had to drive along this country gravel road, and then finally getting into the campsite, the conservation park. Had to go along this dirt road for quite a ways, for maybe a kilometer or two. Most of it was muddy, and when it wasn't muddy, it was covered in snow and ice. And we got to a little incline where we kind of got stuck, and it's tired. We couldn't. The tires started spinning in the mud and snow slush. So Derek had to get out, and he's the stronger of the two of us. He got out to the back, and I got behind the wheel, and he pushed. He would push. He got out in the back to push while I was trying to rev it up and try and get us going. But the rear window has gotten quite dirty with all the mud we've been going through. And I wanted to be able to see him in the back, make sure I could see him, and so I turned on the rear windshield wiper right as he put his hands on there, and it cleaned the window of all the mud and brought it right onto his hand. He was a little miffed about that. It's probably, that's probably why he's so quiet this evening. Usually he's just non-stop.
I know where you sleep.
Yeah, and then then we had to go quite a ways further, and so it's so it is. We're right by the lake here. On the other side of the lake are some tall mountains, which are mostly covered with fog and clouds.
Just go watch the last 20 minutes of Fellowship of the Ring, and you'll see where we are.
Right. Well, see, there you go. Last 20 minutes, Fellowship of the Ring.
Let's wrap this up. You're already at 7 minutes.
Oh, man. Yeah. Okay, well, and that's about it. It's cold. We had dinner. It was very nice. I'm sure we'll see us in the morning.
Jackass.